Hey,
Hello,
Skip.
hello, everyone. Hey, thanks everyone for joining us. Richard, thanks for helping us out again here. So, yeah, an odd session for us this week. Adam's out on vacation, and timing had it. I had to be at an event. So, as you can see, I'm here at ITNation Secure, their annual event. It's been really cool, and I did want to just reach out to everyone. We did some of our podcast recording just before we all left the office, and one of the things that came up was the cadence, and the commitment to consistency. So if you're not following along with our podcast, y'all do that. We recorded our 200th session. I don't know if that one's been released. I think that was maybe this week that it came out. So I got to looking at that and was like, wow, 4 years. We have been doing this for 4 years. And I got to looking and we actually stuck with it. I'll have to admit, he's not here, so maybe he won't listen to it. But I really have to give Adam credit for that. He has maintained the vision and the drive on that, so he keeps us on track in making sure that we can get that out to you guys every week. So very appreciative of that. So Richard, thanks for helping me out here. And so I guess everybody wants to know kind of how these things are going. We have a few of our members here. It's been really cool. A couple of them were in lurker mode on there's always an app for the event, right? And I always scroll through looking for our members. And I was at an event last night, and I looked up and was like, hey, you guys are here. And they had no idea that they were in lurker mode. So it was really pretty good. So I've got to look a little bit harder. I may have more members here than what we thought.
So tell me a little bit more about this event. I may or may not have seen a photo on the social medias of our new employee that goes by, I think he said 008 Ziegler, Skip Ziegler. What was that all about?
008, yeah, that'd be good. So, yeah, I took the bait. I knew it. But anyway, I swallowed it, hook, line, and sinker. So at the know before you go thing that they have for all the vendors and speakers that come out to these, they give us a little update about what's going on, and they gave us the heads up on the I don't know, I think they had a little bit of naming trouble with it, but it was the special agent or secret mission sort of event that they had last night. And I'll go ahead and let it out of the bag here because it's not getting out any other way. I put an Easter egg in our platform that pretty much nobody has found. So I gotta tell everybody, when you see me do a demo of our company, I always use universal exports. It's just the default. Adam uses Acme. I got to have something a little bit more something or another, right? Well, and I'm not a big Bond fan, but it's one of these weird bits of information that I know. Anytime James Bond hands out a business card, when he's supposed to be undercover, it's universal exports. And so that whole company, it's all built for me. I just went out, there's tons of fan sites and they did all the work for me. I just went and downloaded stuff for it. So it was all good. But as soon as they announced that, I was like, oh, shoot, I've got to be James Bond now. So I decided to step up and channel my inner extrovert and be James Bond last night. So.
Well, it looked like you pulled it off really well. The one photo there, it's just you and a couple of ladies, and looking really good.
And I knew it was going to be this way, and I went ahead and just, like I said, I bit the bullet and decided to do it. I knew no one was going to dress up. They're encouraging everybody to do it. And I think there's some pictures floating around out there. It's mostly ConnectWise employees, right? They're the ones that, maybe they wanted to, maybe their boss said they had to do it. I don't know, but they dressed up, and I decided to do it. We didn't do a big booth. Now I'm wearing our unicorn T-shirt. Lots of you have seen us and got these. So I'm out being visible. We do have a speaking session later today, but we elected to not do the booth this year for this particular event, and it's been kind of nice. I've just been able to talk to a bunch of people and harass all the other vendors. If you got somebody you want me to give a hard time, let me know. That's my job this week. So I'm perfectly happy to do that.
Good. Okay, so tell me what's hot at the conference this year. I know I was able to join with you guys last year and had an absolute blast of a time hanging out with you guys at the booth, which was a lot of fun. And this year things just didn't work out that way. But what started the conference this year? What's the hot topics that I've seen in the breakout room sessions are about?
Well, there is, obviously it's a security focused deal. So that's still a big topic for everything. But the AI topic is getting into a really good stage. And I think it's moved out of a lot of the hype sort of areas, and people are really getting into, okay, how do we practically use this? I mean, I've seen cool stuff. It makes funny pictures. It can write, embarrassing letters or whatever. How do we really use this in our business? And there's a couple of things that have come out of that I've really seen. One, that there's a lot of tools around building your own AI elements, your own AI tools to bring that in. And so if you want to go down that path and build those out, that's certainly an option for you. But I've heard some really good comments around this as well. Their AI is not new, right? One of the breakout sessions, the first guy I was talking to, he said, I first got my hands on AI and did some technical work with it 36 years ago. He had a book that he had dug up, and it was like, this is my journey on AI. And there are vendors out there that, yes, it hasn't been ChatGPT. That's all kind of new, but they've had AI built into their tools in some form or fashion. And what they've done now is they've taken the new stuff, the natural language models and stuff like that, and they've just upgraded. They've enhanced what they already had going. And so you as an MSP, you have some choices now. There are great tools out there if you want to build your own AI-powered feature or element in what you do. But there's also, it may be relatively inexpensive, but that's going to be a little bit of time, at least on your part. There's already vendors out there that are already doing it. It may not be exactly what you want, but the cost is still pretty low, and they've already done it. It's just that, sign up for it, enable the feature sometimes with no cost, and you're ready to go. So I think that's a really good approach to decide, hey, which way are we going to do this? We can build something that's perfectly customized and does this exact thing with this exact data set, or we can just use this tool. And it's like what we talked about our members, with the gap analysis reports. And when some of you guys are getting in there and edit that, I'm leaning a little bit more towards use what's already out there, right? Get it out, get your team exposed to it, get it part of your workflow. And then if you find something that you think, hey, no, we really need this. This is really going to help our business. We're going to go build a tool here that will do that. Then you know what to do. Otherwise, I know some of you guys, right? Because I know me too. We're out building a tool. We're like, ooh, I could do this. Or, hey, I found this feature. And you're going to work for 6 weeks and still be in, I don't know, version 0.001, right? You're just not going to get there anytime soon. So anyway, that's been a really interesting element. It's a lot of the standard cyber sort of stuff. I haven't seen as much around compliance that I expected. Wow. So, which is really surprising. I know there's a lot of requirements coming down for a lot of industries and segments, and they're going to have to do it whether they want it or not. Their clients are going to have to do it whether they want it or not. But interestingly enough, it hasn't been as big a push in this show as I expected.
That's interesting because some of the members will know that Humanize IT uses Vanta as our current platform in terms of SOC 2 and everything like that. And they've just gone over a big revamp in terms of making the appearance of the interface prettier, so to speak. And I think that a lot of companies are jumping onto the compliance in terms of trying to make it as easy as possible to get your compliance done because it's such a big prerequisite of companies nowadays. And it takes me back that compliance isn't such a big thing at ITNation Secure this year.
Yeah, I am really surprised at that. But I think a lot of people are still trying to figure that out. I mean, it's not as technical as we're used to many times. It is much more procedural. My joke is, so we've got just a little update here to our integrations with compliance scorecard. That is still working. We were hoping to have that released by May. We had some few technical challenges. I don't think they were all on us. So, it's kind of nice there. But it was some great opportunities to make things better. The developers really all got together and like, if we did this would really work so much better than just a very boring kind of blocky sort of deal. So I'm glad that we're taking the time to do that well. We're working, hand in hand with you guys, with Tim Golden over there, Compliance Scorecard, and I'm looking forward to getting that out to our members really, really soon. But as I logged into that, Tim gives us a sandbox account to log in and play around. And I've been telling a few people here, I've been really honest. I'm always am, right? But, I'm telling people, I logged in, I clicked around for a few minutes, and the engineer in me goes, yeesh, and I logged out. So I think that may be a bit of our approach, and we're just going to have to buckle down and get into it. It's a reality of where we're at, and finding the tools that take the yeesh out of it will be really, really important. So maybe Tim will steal that from me. I'll get some royalties or something. Taking the yeesh out of compliance, but that's going to be in our roadmap for us and for you guys as well. So if you're not actively looking at compliance, you really need to start drilling in on that, because I do feel that is going to be a significant portion of your business, and you don't want to be rolling in at the last minute. You want to be better prepared for that. So that'll be another key element.
Absolutely. So I've got two more questions for you. The first, going back to the AI question, what is the general consensus or feel in the room around AI? Is it the fear mongering that AI is going to take over all of these jobs? You got all these nerds sitting in a room and it's like, oh crap, all these guys, the AI is going to take over my job. What am I going to do? I'm going to be out of a job in the next 6 months? Or is it a case of AI is cool, we've actually been using AI for the last 2 decades, we've just put a label on it now, and now we're going to use it to our advantage? What's the sort of feel of the room around AI?
It is, the fear of that, if there was any, I think it was pretty short-lived with a lot of people who really knew what it could do, either through skepticism or experience, and they were able to, move beyond that. I saw a really interesting blurb in one of the sessions I was in. Everybody's got their stats and charts and stuff, and 68% of IT professionals see themselves using AI as a key tool in their job function in the future. So it wasn't, hey, AI is going to take my job away. It's, hey, I'm going to still have a job, and I'm going to be aggressively using AI. So I do think there is a real shift. I do feel the newness of some of it. The natural language models, again, they were really cool. It was that really flashy feature. Some of that's kind of worn off. Everyone's gone out there and had AI do the silly thing and came back and went, oh, that's cool. And now it's a little bit more of, hey, I need to get those on my list and find something realistic. How can this really help my job? What is practical that I can integrate to, do our job better, make us more efficient, keep our stuff secure? There was a example I hadn't heard of, but there was apparently some author, and I forget, fiction or nonfiction, I don't know, just some sort of established author who was writing his current version of whatever book he's working on. He had a series, several books already, and he was experimenting with Chat GPT. He uploaded his draft of the book into Chat GPT to have it do the first round of edits. Well, of course, he didn't manage that properly, and it became essentially public domain. And his publisher sued him to get the what do they call it? That they get so much money beforehand to write a book, and they sued him to get that money back. And they said, we can't publish it. It's already out there unless you rewrite the book. It's public domain now. So I got to thinking about that. That's really interesting. I've taken a few things for us, and put it out there, and this was very contextual. It was very specific. I'm not concerned about oversharing data and all that kind of stuff, but really understanding where that data is going to be going and where it could be accessed, at some point in the future, it is really valid. And I appreciate the devious comments, right? There was some talk about what if you implement an AI tool and you don't secure it properly, what would keep your competitor from coming in and poisoning your AI with bad data, right? So if they had a way to feed, really basically stupid information in there, which trains your AI, and now your AI is regurgitating this stupid information that your competitor put in there, obviously it'd make you look really bad. And so, the devious side of me thought, ooh, that's pretty cool. I hadn't thought about that one.
That is something very interesting to consider. I mean, I had never thought about everything you put into ChatGPT or whatever becoming public domain. But I mean, and I suppose that's almost a push to say, well, embrace AI, but do it in a methodical, secure environment or a methodical, secure way that you have control over. Wow. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, that's very cool. So last question for you. I know that you're having a bit of a breakout session today and you're doing a bit of a guest speaker. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So we're here working again with Mike Giovannini, one of our members, and he has been a leading figure in a lot of the MSP community here with ConnectWise. And so we have a joint session with him. We got invited to speak there. It's kind of a repeat of what we did at ITNation Connect. Adam and Mike did that one, and of course Adam out this week. I had to step up and do it. I'm actually really looking forward to it. The SWAT session that we're doing, it's got a big fancy title. It's kind of like our templates for our projects. It's a big fancy title. What it means is how to have conversations and not presentations. That's a simplified version of that. And so we're going to be doing that today. I'm really looking forward to doing it. We will cover the SWAT session more later this year. It's part of our roadmap that we're going on. So just a quick blurb about that. If you're jumping into SWATs and you're trying to get those ready, Mike and I, ConnectWise is a little challenging to deal with sometimes getting media and content out of these. So we'll see what we can put out there and share. You can, I'm sure we'll be tagging Mike with everything, so you follow those social media feeds. I think Mike's going to try to push out whatever we can. There's a little toolkit that is kind of part of some of the ConnectWise stuff. I was reviewing it last week before we headed out there, and I really liked it. I think there's some good stuff in there, especially if you're new to running SWAT sessions. So, you might want to check us out for that. But really excited to talk more about that. I get pretty passionate, worked up about it, and I tell the story all the time. When I very first, many years ago, got started with the platform and engaged with Adam, he was my coach, and I was working at an MSP, and he was really hammering me. I mean, every week about scheduling a SWAT session with one of our clients. And I pushed back. It wasn't, it wasn't something I had done. I mean, that was really my only reason for pushing back on the SWAT session is I've never done one before, right? I never led one, never, facilitated one. So finally he wore me down and I did one, and it was absolutely fantastic. So I'm kind of, really picked up the torch on this one, and I'm looking forward to talking today about it. And hopefully you guys will be more engaged with it. We are going to talk more about it later. So, just give you a heads up on that. I do think it is a fantastic tool. It's not the end all be all, right? But it is one of the tools that you can work those into your playbooks. If you're interested in those, let me know. I can help you develop those into your playbooks. And it's a fantastic way to engage with your clients. And all these business goals that we keep talking about, this is hands down probably the most productive way to get a bunch of them. Right? We've got other ways where you can get a few here and there, but with a SWAT session, you're going to get a dump truck load of business goals to work with on your clients for a year, maybe even years out. So they are very, very productive and valuable sessions for you and engaging with your clients.
Cool. Okay, so one last bonus question that I forgot about. So you now getting to play the attendee instead of the vendor at ITNation Secure. Who's got the best merch this year?
We do still. I'm going around, and it's just, I don't know, man. Nobody's really cornered the market on anything really cool. I've picked up a few things, just because I need an extra charging cable for stuff. I was looking for new earbuds. I can't hear, right now, and I've trolled the floor. So our T-shirts, if you have them, wear them proudly. The augmented reality app is still cool. Even though we don't have a booth, it's kind of funny for any of you that have seen us at an event. We kind of have this routine that we go through. Somebody comes up and he asks us about a shirt, and you got to flip the little vendor badge that we're normally wearing. You got to flip it around, and you pull your phone out, and you show everybody, and everybody is still amazed at our merch. So, we're still it. We don't even have a booth, and we still have the best merch.
I am shocked that nobody else has climbed on to the augmented reality element of it, because it's just such an opener in terms of having conversations.
Yep. They all love it, but I think nobody's as creative as we are. I don't know.
I think the difference is that we're a small company, so you've got Adam, who's president, marketing, sales, technical. He's everything in between. Whereas generally at these events, you've got either the salesperson or the technical person, and not the marketing person. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
We're small and we can move fast. So, I know that's a lot of you guys out there as well. So leverage that, man. I mean, you're small and you can move fast. Seize those opportunities and take advantage of them right away.
Absolutely. Well, Skip, thank you very much. It was great chatting up, and I'm sorry I missed the conference.
Yep, I appreciate you helping out, Richard. And Adam and I will both be in the office next week. I'll probably be worn out. I'm going to be hiding over in a corner, I think, because this is exhausting. But anyway, we're looking forward to getting back at it and getting in the swing of things with all you guys. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.